Sweet.
What is up, party people? It is Doc and Mr. Pink, and we are going to spend entirely too much time ripping packs and discussing Streets of New Capenna. I have not opened much of this other than the two videos I've published. These are Mr. Pink's last 6 packs. So you want to take it away,
Yes.
guy?
Sure. I have cracked a lot. I have to be honest. I don't think I've actually read the cards that much. I think I looked at the rares and then I had great fun just reading the names. And I really hope the guys at Wizards had as much fun making this. I mean, I realize, they get to make cards for a living. But I think there's only so many flaming dragons of death that you can make.
Yeah.
But when you can make brass knuckles and concrete boots in a set, sleeps with the fishes, I mean, that says a certain level of fun was had.
I have
All right, I'm not going to use a knife tonight.
Echo.
Yeah, I'm not going to use a knife tonight because I keep messing up wherever I put my knife. So we're just going to do it the normal way. All right, token. I'll spend way too much time talking about the commons because I haven't actually looked at them. Alrighty, I don't know. Art card.
I think it's
insert.
The commanders.
Probably. Well, they did seem to have a lot of commanders in this set too. So, I did update my spreadsheet with all the cards, so I will send that out shortly. I will tell you on my lands. I'm thinking I'm batting like 350 or so in terms of the full art lands that we like versus the stupid art lands that are this. So, and when as you're opening them, I think it's as bad, maybe even worse than what we had from Kamigawa. So,
yeah,
because
you're right.
The only nice thing about this one is people don't like them as much. So if you needed to go pick up your own, they're only like 50 cents versus the other ones from New Kamigawa Kamigawa Neon Dynasty being like $2 a pop or something.
Yeah, for real.
Alrighty. Gilded Pinions. Alright, I have a bad joke about ravens and crows. If you've ever wondered how to tell the difference between a raven and a crow, it turns out you have to count the feathers that are like at the end of their wing. And you may not know this, but those feathers actually have a specific name for them. They're called pinions.
I did not.
And yeah, I didn't know either. Anyway, a raven has 12 of them and a crow has 13.
Wow.
And so what it turns out is the difference between what a raven and a crow is just a matter of opinion.
Oh my gosh, that is such a dad joke.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Anyway, we have gilded pinions. I apologize to everyone at home for that. We're going to make a flying's not bad, but this is way too much to pay for flying, and then you get a treasure token. I don't think it makes it up for itself. I mean, I think I had this in the pre-release pack, and I didn't play it in the pre-release pack. Although maybe I should have, because there wasn't a lot of evasion, and we ended up just having a staring match. Because then neither one of us had enough stuff to take anything out. There's not a lot of removal. Oh, here's the use for that treasure token. You can sacrifice a treasure token to activate your 6/6. Okay, I like the artwork,
Oh yeah,
that 20s style train. Did you know they actually had trains like this in the 20s?
I did.
But the outer casing, there's a reason you don't do that. It's very unsafe for train operation, and I didn't know that till I worked for a railroad.
That would make sense.
It would. So there's a reason why train engines look the way they do, and they don't look clean and sleek, because when something breaks, it breaks bad, and if you can't get to it, then you have a flaming fire, and then you melt the tracks, and that's worse.
Yeah, that sounds bad. That sounds bad.
Ooh, on our train theme, tramway station. I didn't even notice they did this. This is kind of cool. Yeah, I'm not gonna stick these up at work, but still. I like what they went with the whole cycle, though. I mean, it's a useless land. If you're just getting into the game, this is better than a guild gate or something to get mana fixing, because you can sack it later and get a card. Okay, it's not bad. It's not good. It's not bad. Snooping Newsy. I hear the word newsy and I think back to the Broadway show that I never actually saw, but like I saw, one scene of it where there's a bunch of kids dancing around like, oh, child labor. Alrighty, you can mill yourself 2 cards, but they have this theme through the cards. If you have 5 or more mana values, you get a bonus. This one isn't any good. It just gets +1. So for 2 late game, you can have a 3/3 lifelinker. I mean, draft, possibly. Not an early pick, late pick.
This is
Nothing else, I don't think. This one's going to see play. This is
Oh,
going to be in your vampire deck all the time, especially the new vampire deck. I mean, mana ramp in Grixis colors.
oh yeah.
I don't recall that ever happening. I mean, even if it's just restricted to incident sorceries. Thank you, please.
Yeah, I mean, for real, it's like, oh, okay, I will like pay 1 to tap to make 3, and I can do that the turn I cast it. Yes, every day of the week and twice on Sunday.
And you get to get a spell back when it dies. Oh,
Yeah.
in colors that I don't know like to play aristocrats.
For real.
Yeah, that's gonna play all day. All right, Rogue's Gallery. Okay, I may have been missing. No, I like the train station stuff. I love the name. I don't know if it does anything. What does it do? For each color, return up to 1 target creature card of that color from your graveyard to your hand. So if you're playing Wooburg, maybe you put this in your deck, but probably not. Because if you're playing Wooburg, you're doing something else.
Yeah, probably.
Seriously, I mean, if you go black-green, you're milling yourself to play in your graveyard. You're playing blue-black, you're milling yourself to play your graveyard. But you do Wooburg, I don't think people do that.
If you're going 3 color, then it becomes more worthwhile.
Okay, so if you do blue-black,
back.
If you play blue-black-green, theoretically, that would work. Okay. Alrighty, Vampire Rogue, Corpse Appraiser. And there's the battlefield. Exile 1 target creature from a graveyard. If you do it, then look at the top 3 cards of your library, put 1 of them in your hand, and the rest into your graveyard. So this is, you get rid of a problem child in someone else's graveyard. You get a replacement card for yourself, and then you mill a little bit. There's a strategies that are going to like that.
Oh yeah,
I see that. That's going to play in Commander somewhere.
Yeah.
Not everywhere, but somewhere.
I would definitely say that for me personally, the Grixis colors were all super strong cards in this set. And the Grixis and the Naya. I liked all of them. Maybe not.
I would agree with the I would agree with the Grixis. I didn't play with too much else, so I think I'd have to play with what's going on. All right, so we've got Naya, let's see, with an X. Ooh, when it comes into play, search your library card for a creature card with mana value X. All right, if you've gone, so there is an elf deck that this can go in, and if you can mana ramp and get to 11,
yeah,
you can cast this and then get your Crater Hoof.
I mean, that is a Crater Hoof in the command zone. That's how I looked at that card.
Yeah. So you'd have to be the crazy guy who plays, I don't know, a lot of creatures and a Gaia's Cradle. And we don't know anybody like that at our table.
No, there's no one like that at our table who's ever gone exceedingly wide and then tried to Crater Hoof. Definitely not the 2 guys who are talking right now.
That's right. Or the guy who actually does own a Gaia's Cradle. Yeah. This will go off once a year and we'll go, oh, okay, cool. And we'll move on to the next game. Alrighty. This next one, there's a cycle of these. I love this cycle. I think it's entirely stupid.
I thought that was like the coolest cycle ever. I was like, this is a great card. I'm so glad they made this cycle of cards.
Yeah, this is entirely stupid. It's not going to win you the game, but it gives you an okay card late in the game for between 5 and 7, I think is what I saw the different mana cost. But you can mana fix early in the game. Yay!
I mean, you could theoretically mana fix on turn 1. If you had a turn 1 Soul Ring and 2 lands and you're like, oh crap, but you've got this card, boom, there you go. You're good.
Yeah. All right. Comes into play, you get an extra citizen token. That's a thing that they're running here. I've never seen citizen tokens. I assume that's new. We'll probably never see them again. Okay, it's not the worst thing in the world. All right, so we're on to our rare. What do we got?
There were white citizen tokens in I think Ravnica Allegiance.
Okay, that's a city one. Okay, I can see that. All right, we got a sorcery. This has some Wooburg action going on. Let's see.
Oh,
Meeting of the Five.
I remember I just told you I pulled the quarter mythic. That's it.
This is the quarter mythic. Awesome. I don't have to buy this one. I'm gonna have to play it in something. What the heck? Okay. So if you get to 8 in Wooburg, exile 10 cards of your library. You may cast spells with exactly 3 colors from among them this turn, and they refill you 10 mana to spend it on those 3 colors for the 10 cards. Realistically, you get 3 spells,
Yeah.
maybe 2. So you play 8 to go through your next 10 cards, and then yeah, that's why it's a quarter. It's
Yep.
just way too much work to make that happen. Alrighty, and we got an uncommon foil. So
Yep.
we're gonna break tradition here. Put the rare here. Alrighty, casualty 1, as you already used it. I think you're gonna use this till the end of the days. It may have been a little overpowered to double spells. Some of them are good, some of them stink.
Yep.
Alrighty, a little chat. That's a great thing and a mobster's thing. I'm only going to ask you this favor one time. Please do not reject me. Look at the top 2 cards of your library. Put one into your hand and the other onto the bottom of your library. This one isn't a good one, because if you're going to play this in Commander, you might as well just play your Ponder. And basically you can get access to more. If this is going to work and you get to abuse it, you've paid 2 to do this twice, where you get to basically go through the 4 cards of your library and get 2 of those cards. I'd rather just Ponder.
But
And
it provides you value if you are playing like aristocrats or if you've got death triggers. And so in that, then it is actually helping you, because you're paying 2, you're getting whatever your death trigger is, and you're doing that twice.
Okay, so in that one deck.
No, it is 9 times out of 10. You're right. Ponder is better, but there's the one time where this is way better than Ponder.
All righty, we'll go with that. Anyway, and he's talking to oh shoot, what's the Planeswalker? The bad one. I drawn a blank on it. The guy's from Zendikar. I can't think of his name.
Oh no, you're thinking of Ob Nixilis, and that's actually Lord Xandar there.
Oh, this is Xandar. He's not Ob Nixilis. Okay.
Yep.
Cool. And then we get a treasure token, because they're really pushing the treasure tokens.
I was actually thinking about that as I was putting my child down. I was like, man, like when you think about this, the set before the what was it? The Dungeons and Dragons set. That set was just like freaking treasure everywhere. Yeah. So you can tell I got the Japanese packs, and you can really tell when Stitch complains about how loose these things are, he is not joking. You can really see the difference. He's got a US pack.
Mine are from the US.
Yep.
I can't recall if I've ever gotten a Japanese pack. I do know one of when I used to buy quads of sets, or quads of common and uncommon when I was still playing a standard. One block of those showed up, and they were the printing on them was so fundamentally different than what we have here. It was like a much more high gloss, even though it wasn't foil, that they almost felt kind of plasticky. And I was like, these must be from a different country. But all right, begin with yours.
Citizen token. There you go. A white-green citizen.
All right, so citizens wear heels. It's good to know.
Yep. I've actually pulled this card. It is a vampire, and it's really nasty. Mari, the Killing Quill. You'll probably see her again. All right. Let's see. Run out of town. Return non-land permanent to the top or bottom of their library. Meh. Demons do. See, there you go. You speak him, and there he is. There's Ob Nixilis. So
There we go.
scry 2, then draw 2 cards, you lose 2 life. That is what, read the bones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it costs more than read the bones.
I thought read the bones was 4.
It's 3.
Okay.
And it's yeah.
Yep.
And they had to bring back murder. Good reprint. I mean, it's not really a great card, but it needed to be in this set.
It did. I like the new Capnia elves because they're like they've got a little bit of that Zendikar, they got a little bit of that old school Morning Tide look to them, you know?
I'm pro white elves. For the off chance that I want to play a commander that likes green and white elves. That maybe I've been prone to do on occasion.
From time to time. Yeah, so okay, this is when I'm pulling these up, I play the game. Does this go in Reese? Does this go in Lathri? Since you and I both play elves, but we play different elves.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Rumor Gather, 1 white for a 2/1 elf wizard. Whenever another, so Alliance, so it's basically creature fall. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, scry 1. If this is the second time this ability has resolved this turn, draw a card. I think that goes in Reese.
That goes in Reese.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3. I mean, Reese is one of his big weaknesses is card draw.
Yeah.
So yeah, you'll be drawing cards all the time.
So you pay this on if you drop this turn 3, and then you make a token, scry 1, so you're already set for the next turn, and then you cash your turn, make Reese make a token, boom, there you are, right?
I think it's how many creatures come in a given turn, isn't it?
Yes, you scry every time a creature comes in, but I think actually
Yeah.
the second time it resolves, you draw a card.
Yeah. Well, no. I think it's the second. Well, I think it's the second time a creature comes into play in a turn.
Yeah.
So each turn it completely resets. So you'd have to have Reese making multiple tokens to draw a card. Reese making 1 token gets you 1 creature.
Yeah, that's what I said. You play
Yeah.
elf, and then you make a token, and then there you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you just drew a card. All right, we got another white green elf here. So Darling of the Masses, 2/4 for an elf citizen. Other citizens you control get +1/+0, and when it attacks, create a 1/1 green and white citizen creature token. I don't think that one gets in Reese though.
That one's not going anywhere. Anything you have to do to attack to pull a trigger is a standard thing at best. It's a suicide thing in Commander.
Fair enough. All right, Ceremonial Groundbreaker. 1 green white for an equipment. Equipped creature gets 2/2/1 and has trample, and you can equip a citizen for 1.
Yeah.
There's the Alt Art Corpse Appraiser. Alt Art Campbell Plaza. Maestro's Charm. This one's pretty good, I think. Grixis, choose 1. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. Put 1 of them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. Each opponent loses 3 life and you gain 3 life, or it deals 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker.
Decent options.
Yeah.
All the charms I've ever seen, they're never amazing at any one thing, but they're charms. They do 3 different things.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yep. All right, I'm pulling a mythic first pack here too. Oh, I think this one's good. Arcane Bombardment. 4 red for an enchantment. Whenever you cast your first instant or sorcery spell each turn, exile an instant or sorcery card at random from your graveyard, then copy each card exiled with Arcane Bombardment. You may cast any number of the copies without paying their mana costs.
So late in the game, you have 4 or 5 spells already in your graveyard, but every time you cast one, you add one of those to the pile.
Yep.
And you get to do them all.
Yep.
So that could finish a game if you do it right.
Yeah, that's automatically so you drop this on, say, turn 5, you cast something right there, and then like the next time it's just going to get out of control. Oh yeah, loving that.
Unless your spell you copy is Tranquility, and then you go, wait, what did I do?
Oh man. All right, and I'm on theme with a better jail. A foil common.
Now, I will say, among other cards, ooh, this could be a real list card, or it could be some garbage. We'll find out. So, y'all watching yours and Stitch's video, each of y'all got a commander that was from the set code is like SLX,
Yeah.
Secret Layer Special or something, and I think y'all both got the same one. I also got that one. I looked up the list, and there's only like 8 cards that are there. So. Look at horns.
Yep, there you
What is
go.
my horns for? Lord Xander. Whee!
Yeah, I told you, it's Lord Xander.
Oh, look, I got to foil one of these things.
Ooh, that's pretty.
That's pretty. Alrighty. Riveter's Initiate. I like the 3 color. They had a cycle of each one of these where it's 1 color to cast, but then you can bump it for various amounts of its wedge colors. Like, okay, that's neat. I'm not going to play it because it's a bear that can maybe get Death Touch, but hey, whatever.
Also,
Red
get Death Touch.
What did what?
When did red get Death Touch?
Well, red doesn't have Death Touch.
Oh, you just said
black and green, but black and green do.
Oh, I didn't
and
see
so
green there. Sorry. Yep, fail.
That's okay. It's well, I wouldn't have thought if you hadn't asked it, but red doesn't do Death Touch, but because this is a wedge card, it's black or green essence will give its Death Touch. Oh, okay, neat. Oh, look, I guess that's maybe the theme. All of them are initiates. Like I said, I was doing my spreadsheet, transferring all the cards in so I can filter the way I like to search. And I noticed, oh, that's a thing. Alrighty, so what does this get? Double Strike. Hey, and that makes sense because it's Double Strike isn't a green thing, but it's red and white.
Oh, there you are.
Look at you, wizards being tricky. Uh-oh.
There you go.
Broker's Initiate. Alrighty, this one just buffs it.
Yeah.
That's not really, I don't know. You can buff any color, right?
Yeah.
But, okay, so that's the weak one.
I think the brokers had a lot of like counters matter because like a lot of their stuff was these cool shield counters, but then they also really liked the like 1/1 counters.
Okay, well, I was just going with the theme that we'd seen on the first 2 cards, and I can see on the 4th card of blue likes flying, but it's not very good. Blue doesn't do lifelink. White and black do lifelink.
There you go.
So they're keeping the theme, and then I've run out of room in the slot for the rest of that cycle. Which one am I missing? Black. So black would have blue and red. I wonder what its power buff is. I don't know what it is off the top of my head. I'm gonna go look it up later. All right, patch up. Return 3 target creature cards with total value mana 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. So there's a way to abuse this with a few things because, like, there's other cards that are 1-drops that let you go get a few things, but that's playing a little too cutesy to have in a commander deck of this one guy's going to get me those other little guys and they're going to come in and do something or whatnot. So
it's tough when you've got 98 other cards.
That's right. Knockout Blow. So they had a cycle where this spell costs 2 less to cast if it targets enemy colored blah blah blah. So this is one of those. All right, deals 4 damage to target attacking or blocking creature and you gain 2 life. I'm never going to play this. Even if it's only 1 white, it just isn't enough to do anything.
Yeah. So the Maestro's Initiate for hybrid blue-red. So you're right, it's black. And then exile it from your graveyard. You draw 2 cards and then you discard 2 cards.
Okay. Well, blue and red loot.
Yep.
And that's what it's doing. Okay. I still don't get the white one where it just makes it bigger. I guess maybe they ran out of ideas. Alrighty. Disciplined Duelist. Ooh, it's got double strikes, so it could do 4 damage. And you can put a shield counter on it. I'm not sure if I like the shield counters or not. They're neat, but it's kind of like temporary indestructible. Like I gotta play 2 board wipes to get rid of stuff. I don't know. We'll see how it plays. I could see it being like just overpowered or just being kind of weak. I don't know. I tell you what I am going to do is I've got a vampire that when it comes into play, it sucks all the counters off everything else.
And then that vampire has like 38 shield counters on it, and the person who played brokers is crying.
Well, actually, it doesn't get shield counters. It sucks all the counters off everything else, and it gets a 1/1 counter for every counter it took off something else.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Regardless,
So
the broker's player is crying now.
that's right. So this is great for draft. Actually, we had this one in draft, and it was the only way around this was flyers. Not draft, when we did our pre-release packs. It was the only way around flyers. We've got our special land. All right, what we got here? Oh, this is the Grixis one of the make a mana fix early in the game. And then what do you get late in the game for 6 mana? It deals 2 damage to each opponent and you scry 2. Well, that's not bad. I mean, if you're stuck and you got to the point where you're going to pay 6 to get a 4 or 5, the 2 damage is nothing. But that scry 2, that could be huge late game. That's a lot better than you get a citizen token like the other one was.
Yep.
All right, we got a rare. Oh, wait, hold on. We have a rare. There's our rare. This spell can't be countered. Well, I have 2 of these now. Voidrend, 3 to nuke something. But in a color combo that I don't think has that option right now. You know, you can have Vindicate.
Yeah.
Which is only white black. That takes something out. But this one can't be countered. You know, if you play people who like to counter things, not that I have to play anybody who likes to counter things.
Now, there's nobody at our table that does
Yeah, I'll be snarky with that one. All righty.
that.
We get a foil. Oh, I get 2 extra things. Sorry. I should slow down a little bit. Okay, we got a foil tramway station. And then, all righty, back to what I was talking about before. SLX. So this is not a list card.
No.
These swooshy things, there are 8 of these. This is not the one I had before. They all have friends forever, which I think they could have worked. Like, isn't this partner?
I think it is, but I think they wanted to because I feel like now with partner, they have to think about all the other partners. And I think they wanted to do these like partner, but then not have to think about partners.
Yeah, so you can partner with just these 8, and maybe they'll do some other ones later.
Yeah.
But all right, let's see. Maximum hand size is 11. All righty, so this is the Nigel Tufnell of Magic cards.
I was about to make a this goes from 2 to 11 joke, so you beat me to it.
There you go. When Sicily, the Haunted Mage, attacks, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. Okay. Then if you have 11 or more cards in your hand, you may cast an instant or sorcery spell from your hand without paying its mana cost. Oh. Like, it's not the worst thing, but what? Okay. It'll get abused. Someone will figure out a way to do it. You know, getting extra cards in your hand, not a problem.
Especially
Getting up to 11s, you know what's going to happen is someone will have to get 2 other colors to do this in here, but you'll attack with this and get 11 cards in your hand, and then you'll be able to cast this for free, and then you'll get that extra 10 mana, and then you'll cast like 4 cards, and this will still be a garbage card.
Unrelated note, I went to med school with a girl named Cicely, and this card kind of reminds me of her because she was kind of like that. She was like shooting fire and ice, crazy, and nobody really understood her. And she liked rabbits.
Or
with chickens. I think she kept chickens.
Wow.
Yeah.
Alrighty, I'll tag out to you for your next pack.
Oh, all right. Ooh, maybe I got one too. Let's see. Yep, XLN. All right, so that's some cool art. That is Seize the Spotlight. Not a full art land. Cutthroat Contender. It is a 1-drop vampire, so I'm already thinking, is this going in a vampire deck? Pay 1 life and it gets +1/+0. Activate only once each turn. That's the knock. If you could turn this into a 15/1, that would be great.
Or if they put a counter on it.
Yeah.
So they hung around.
Yeah.
But you don't need a 1-drop 2/1 vampire.
Yeah. I mean, there's better 1-drop vampires. All right, quick draw dagger. 3 for a flashy equipment. Enters the battlefield, attach it to a creature you control. That creature gains first strike until end of turn. All right. Equipped creature gets
No.
one.
No. It's just no.
I mean, it's cute. It's on theme. Like, your guy's attacking. Oh, guess what? He pulled a dagger. Now he's got first strike. I mean, I like the theme of it at least. It's kind of like the brass knuckles.
If they could have called it like Shiv in the back, that would have
Yeah.
been so much better.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of that, case the joint. 3 and a blue,
I
draw
love
2 cards, look at the top card of each player's library. Oh, that's kind of cool. So you like draw 2 cards and then you scry on everybody. Oh, see, there it is. Maester isn't it yet. Syndicate Infiltrator, 2 blue-black for a 3/3 vampire wizard that's flying. I'm already digging it. As long as there are 5 or more mana values among cards in your graveyard, he gets 2/2. So you get a 5/5 flyer for 4 if you're playing a mill strategy.
No.
Eh.
I don't even put him in a vampire deck.
Suspicious Bookcase, Graveyard Shift. Ooh, 4 and a black for a sorcery. It has flash as long as there's 5 or more mana values. Oh yeah, you pulled this. Return target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. That's just not good. I'm sorry.
No, not for 5.
No, not for 5.
Maybe if it was any graveyard,
Yeah. For 5,
but not.
for 5, any graveyard. I agree with you. All right, Cabaret Charm. Naya, and this is actually the one that I think we're going to see a lot of because, this charm deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control to target creature or planeswalker. Nah. But creatures you control get 1/1 and gain trample until end of turn. Boom.
Yep.
Somebody just died.
If you can tap at a combo that with Naya Charm,
Yeah.
because I believe Naya Charm has the tap all creatures opponents control or something.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Ooh, you got one of the
I got
commander.
a commander mythic. All right. Kit Kanto, Mayhem Diva, 1 red, green, white for a 3/3 cat bard druid. Man, they're just going for it these days. When she enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 green and white citizen creature token. At the beginning of combat on each player's turn, you may tap 2 untapped creatures you control. When you do, target creature that player controls gets +2/+2 and gains trample until end of turn. Goad that creature.
That's going to create some chaos.
Yeah.
Okay. So I tap 2 of my things, and I go one of 2 directions. You got a little guy. Well, I make him 3/3, but he's got to go with somebody.
Yep.
So they're either taking a little damage or they're going to eat it. Okay, I get something off the board. Oh, and they don't have a chump blocker anymore.
Yep.
Or I buff up your biggest baddie and send it to somebody else. Either way, he's tapped. Well, he's probably tapped if he doesn't have vigilance or whatnot. But he ain't coming at me.
Yeah.
And you force the issue. That's not bad. The drawback is you got to tap. You got to have your own creatures out to do it.
So you got to go really wide in order to do this.
Yeah.
Because if you
and
this, you gotta
realistic
2, 4, 6 if you want to like goad during everybody's combat after you cast this, you've got to have 6 creatures on the board.
And realistically, what's going to happen is you're not going to have that many.
Yeah.
You're going to use this on the person whose turn it is before you, so you have blockers.
Yep.
And then you can untap. But even then, you still force the issue. Someone's going into combat, something's coming off the board. That could be fun. And it's cats.
It is cats. And I did build that Naya cat deck load those many moons ago.
We both have built cat decks.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. That'll play.
Yep. All right. We got a rare, an undercover operative, 2 and a 2 blue for a shapeshifter rogue. When it enters the battlefield as a copy of any creature on the battlefield, except it enters with a shield counter on it if you control that creature.
And see, I'm looking at the artwork right here, and the first thing that pops into my head is Tobias Funky. from Arrested Development. I
Yep,
blew myself.
and I blew myself. Yep. All right, incriminate. Oh, hold on. Oh, crap.
3 rare pack. Hey, look at that.
So no, that wasn't the special one. It was Ixalan, and it's Admiral Beckett Brass. I may now have to make a pirate deck just to spike guard dog.
You have to do it differently though.
Yeah.
But I did notice the rare. I think it triggered more often, but in the funky artwork slot, I was seeing more rares
Yeah,
than I did.
I agree with you on that. Well, I'll take this. I think she's like a $5 or $10 card, so that's a good pull.
That is a good pull, and you can do stupid things with it, which is always fun.
I love doing stupid things. That's kind of what has me playing Magic these days. Is what new stupid ass thing I do now.
Yeah, that's what Stitch keeps yelling. Do the stupid thing. I did the stupid thing this week, and he's like, "This, I gotta attack you first." Like, really? You asked specifically for the stupid thing. I do the stupid thing. Okay. That's why we play the game.
For
All
those
right.
for those who are not at our table, there was a little bit of grumpiness and anger, and Squirrels almost won, and then Squirrels lost to a top deck of a precon.
Sometimes that happens. Hey, the second game, I shouldn't have won. I only won because it sounds stupid. I won because y'all didn't kill me. I didn't win for any other reason.
Hey, man,
Alrighty.
that's all you need, though.
Skyway Robber. Okay. I don't know. And it's a swamp that I don't care about. Woo! Alrighty, run out of town. Once again, I love the mob theme. It's great. Owner of target non-land permanent puts it on top of or bottom of their library. No. I'm paying 4 and I remove a problem. But you know where it's not going? It's probably not going on top of your deck.
Yeah.
Unless it's the biggest, baddest thing on the deck, and then it kind of slows you down a little bit. But no, I want to be able to control where it goes.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Deal gone bad. All right. Yeah, 4 to make something get -3, and then you mill 3 cards. I think it's doing too many different things. Rafine's Guidance. So we did our pre-release decks. One thing I noticed about this set, there's a great dearth of 1-drops.
Yeah.
Because in my 6-pack pool, this was the only 1-drop that I had. Needless to say, this also did not make the cut of what I played. Because I'm gonna give you 1/1, and you blew up my creature, so I lose the aura. And I can pay 3 to do it again. It's just like, okay.
Yeah.
Exactly that. Let's see. Pay 2 to get a bear when it enters the battlefield. Connive. I like connive. That's a good thing, you know. Early on, when you probably still want to get a land, it comes into play. You don't buff it, or maybe you have something you're not going to be able to cast for 5 turns, so you might as well toss that out of your hand and fill it with something else. That's pretty cool. I like filtering, which is basically what it is.
Yep.
Grizzly Sigil. Alrighty, Casualty. Alrighty. Doc's going to abuse this. How is he going to abuse this card? Choose target creature or planeswalker. If it was dealt non-combat damage this turn, it deals 3 damage to it, and I gain 3 life. Otherwise, it only does 1 to it, and I gain 1 life. Oh, okay. So if you have Pestilence in your deck,
Yep.
you can pay 2 black, and this does some fun stuff. All right, Vampire Scrivener. All right, isn't a Scrivener like someone who writes copies legal contracts back in the day?
I believe you're correct.
Okay.
What's
What was that story where you had to read Bartleby James? Was that it?
What's that?
What they made? Well, there was like a Poe story or something. Bartleby Jones. I don't know. He was a Scrivener, and then it went bad. So this actually is kind of fun. It's a little overcosted for what it was, but in a pre-release, it was really fun because it's got evasion. When you gain life on your turn, put a 1/1 counter on it. When you lose life during your turn, put a 1/1 counter on it. So obviously, it would be better if it had a lower cost, and it would be so much better if the gain and life gain or life loss happened on all turns, but it still was very useful. Because like, oh, I have a lifelinker. I'm gonna attack with a lifelinker. Okay, he gets slowly buffed over time with that. The life loss on my turn didn't happen a whole lot, but that was probably the card pool. That can be abused in a lot of other places. Oh, I played a fetch land this turn. He's bigger.
Yep.
Alrighty. Metropolis Angel. I also had this in my pre-release. Going to be the only time I ever play with it. A 3/1 for 4 with flying. Whenever you attack with one or more creatures with counters on them, really pushing that counters theme, you can draw a card. I'll let you know I ended up drawing some cards off of this guy.
Wow. That's
Well,
great.
those shield counters are everywhere, so that's what you got to take. I'm confused. Hold on. Really? Way to go, Wizards.
Well, that's a bad sort.
Thanks, guys.
Did
All
they
right, let's go to my rare.
Oh, that's
Jaxus. This one. All right, red and tap for Jaxus the Troublemaker. Ooh, it's going to give you a left hook. All right, discard a card. Create a token that's a copy of another target creature you control. All right, it gains haste, and when this creature dies, draw a card. Okay, and you sacrifice it at the beginning of your turn. So you drop something out of your hand, it's going to get replaced at the end of the turn with another card. You get to swing with a hasty something or other, try to make something happen. I like it. And then the card itself has blitz.
Yep.
I like it. I actually like blitz as a concept too. It's like, there was one where I can't remember what the ability was, but it was like in Battle for Zendikar where you can cast it from your hand, but then it comes back to your hand at the end of the turn.
Oh,
if you paid the alternative.
Dash and it was cons.
That was cons. Okay. Was it? Anyway, that was okay, but it wasn't great. And our last foil of the night, Racer's Ring. Woo! So what is that? I've got, how do I opened 3 packs and I have 4 foils. Oh, because this one came in the land slot.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Cool. I'll let you do your last pack. And then I'm just going to rip with reckless abandon these 3 last packs so that we're not here for 2 hours.
Just going to go at it like a crazy person.
I am going to go at it. And while you're opening, I'm going to highlight this fish token.
Oh, I love the fish.
That it's one of those where they made it a bandit. It's awesome. It's almost as good as when they made Dory's dad have a receding hairline in Finding Dory. And now you'll have to go look that picture up after you're done with this.
We'll have to. Now, see, I like that. That's pretty.
That is a pretty mountain. I do like that mountain.
Yep. All right. Inspiring Overseer enters the battlefield, gain a life, draw a card. Pull that. The other part of that cycle. So now let's see. So you're right. What do we get here for 5? So you get the mana fixing early. And then target creature an opponent controls can't attack or block until your next turn.
That's a little weak.
It is a little weak for 5.
The Scry one so far seems to be the winner.
Yep. Rob the Archives, 1 in a red for a casualty 1. So how am I going to make this awful? Exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play those cards this turn. So you basically pay 2 to effectively draw 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Red's always going to be a little wonky in terms of their card draw, so that's not that bad.
It's not that bad. And even if you're playing like the full casualty colors, so if you're playing like Grixis here, you may play those cards. So theoretically, you're going to get 1 land. So boom, you're going to play that land. And then like you probably are going to, if you're playing this right, you're going to have at least some open mana when you play this. So I don't know. I could mess with that. All right, Nimble Larcenist. It's a bird rogue. It's a 2/1 flying, enters the battlefield. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose an artifact, instant, or sorcery card from it and exile that card. That just
I like that.
Yeah, that just begs to be blinked because those are all blink colors too.
Good thing that has black, or else Stitch would put that into.
That would go. Yeah, that'd go into
Brago,
and it would need to die immediately. All right. Unlucky witness. Red for a human citizen. When it dies, exile the top 2 cards of your library until your next turn. You may play one of those cards. We got Skybridge Tower. We got an Obscura Charm. I felt like this one was maybe the weakest of the charms. So choose one. Return target multicolored permanent card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Counter target instant or sorcery spell. Destroy target creature or planeswalker with mana value 3 or less. Like this one is all. This is standard. I just don't feel like this one is going to see play with us.
I think you're going to play it in a counterspell deck.
No, because
it's
counter target instant or sorcery spell.
I know it's the negate. Well,
no, because
okay. Yes, it's not quite a negate.
Yeah, negate does non-creatures. You can handle expropriate. You can handle
artifacts. You can handle your planeswalkers. I get you. I could.
If that was counter target non-creature spell, oh yeah. But unfortunately, no. All right, we got our first rare here. Oh, there we are. I was chatting about her. So Mari, the Killing Quill, 1 black for a 3/2 vampire assassin. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, exile it with a hit counter. Assassins, mercenaries, and rogues you control have death touch, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, you may remove a hit counter from a card that player owns in exile. If you do, draw a card and create 2 treasure tokens.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's going in a vampire deck just because utility. I don't know if it's strong enough to be a commander.
I don't think it's strong enough to be a commander, but it is definitely going in, not just even vampires, but like you can do, because there's that rogues, there's a lot of like rogue decks out there now. So
yep. And you're gonna get at least 2 rares in this pack. So let's see what the next one is.
Oh, there we are. Sparta headquarters. I think this is the one I don't have. So
all right. I got 3 of the same one.
Oh wow.
But I'm missing 2. So if you have extras, we'll compare notes about trading.
Look at that. All right. Are you just gonna go crazy and rip like 3 right now?
I am.
I
am.
Do it.
I am.
I didn't realize this, but I got the pretty Elspeth card. So
oh, nice. All righty. Garbage. I like crowbars, but it's still a garbage. Or I like the concept of them putting a crowbar in there. It's funny they made it white. Garbage. Refuse to yield. Target creature gets 2/7 until end of turn. Untap it. What?
That is such a
there's an instant in the game already that gives target creature. Well, I guess it's defending creature 7/7, and it's in white. So okay, but whatever. Maestro's Charm. All right, now we're doing Cut of the Prophets, Casualty 3. Alrighty, you can copy this. That's not bad. Oh, but you lose the life. That's a little tricky. Draw X card and you lose X life. I have there's some math that makes this work. Yeah. But I don't know if you'll ever want to do the casualty to achieve that math, but it could be there.
I mean,
all right.
Actually, I'm going to put that in a deck because I do have a deck that will work in, but it's very much a corner case deck.
Yeah, it's not your default thing of, I get to double it. Well, okay.
Yeah.
I should be able to do that some other way. Ooh, that limo card. I'd like the thing. I'm still going to throw it away, but the mysterious limousine.
Yep.
Instant equipment. And we get another one of those. Thanks. All right, garbage. This is just when I say garbage a whole lot. Forge boss. Okay. Garbage. More Scriveners. Do you need a Scrivener? A Scrivener next to a Metropolis Angel. Thanks, Wizards.
There goes
shakedown heavy. 2. Wow. Okay. 3 for a 6/4. All right, they're gonna read the drawback on this. So it's menace, so it's probably gonna get through. It attacks. Oh, I can attack with it, but it may not actually get through to do damage. There's a Kraken that's similar. It's a 6/6, but your opponent can tap it. I can't remember if they have to pay 1 or not, but your opponent can easily tap it, and you get to put a fish token into play. And this is the same thing. Now they'll make you draw a card, and then this is out of play. That's not that bad.
No,
I mean,
it has uses.
it has news. Oh, I've got another friend card. Will you be my friend? All right, ready to rumble. We'll drop that in the foils. All righty. Oop, I can't read. 7. That's, oh my God, that's so much work. Arvinox, the Mind Flail. Okay. It's a legendary enchantment creature horror. Oh, this one's a mythic on the thing. Ooh, a 9/9. Alrighty. Arvinox, the Mind Flail isn't a creature unless you control 3 or more permanents you don't own. Okay. At the beginning of your end step, exile the bottom card of each opponent's library face down. For as long as those cards remain exiled, you may look at them. You may cast a permanent spells from among them. You may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast those spell. Okay, well, this is interesting. Correct, make sure I'm not reading this wrong. If I exile a land from the bottom of your library, I can't play it because I can only cast spells.
Yep.
You may cast permanent, and I can't, if it's an instant sorcery, nothing. But enchantment, artifact, creature, I can cast. But I don't have to worry about mana code. I just have to use my stuff to cast it. And then when I get 3 of them cast, this guy becomes a creature at 9/9.
Yep.
I might not want him to be a creature because I mean 9/9 is a lot, but I don't know. It's easier to kill a creature than it is to take out an enchantment, right?
Yeah. He is coming in at a whopping 99 cents.
Nice. I didn't see any cards that was on that list that were coming in at huge value, so I'm not shocked. Ooh,
Yep.
look, it's a treasure. It's a horsey with horns. Raffine Scheming Seer. Ooh, but we got a pretty mountain.
Oh yeah, that is.
Pretty mountain. Let's put this over here. Alrighty, going through my commons that I've seen before, so I'm just gonna speed past them. Nimble Larcenous, Brazen. Oops.
Oh, hold on that last card. Who's that in the background of that card?
That's Kanye.
It is definitely Kanye West. I just thought that was hilarious.
All right, Broker's Ascendancy. It's funny, like I didn't get too many ascendancies here. Anyway, at the beginning of your end step, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control and a loyalty counter on each planeswalker you control. Oh.
I thought this one might be the best.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I thought that one, I was like Broker's Charm. I think that one was the best. I thought the Obscura Charm was a little weak.
Oh yeah, this is definitely the right one. Because then, there's a lot of 1/1 counter help, especially like in green, where if I put a counter on something, I can add an extra counter.
Oh yeah, if you've got doubling season out there, you're bumping all your creatures 2/2 every turn.
Yeah. Alrighty. And then my last thing, which is always a dumpster fire, Sticky Fingers, a foil.
Oh.
Enchanted creature has menace, and whenever this creature does combat damage, you get a treasure token. Oh, but when it dies, you draw a card. Okay. That's not too bad. Okay, so I had 6 packs. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 8 rares and 6 packs, which is about the average I was running, I think, for all of my sets. I know Neon Dynasty, I seem to be running a lot less rares for the whole box than I seem to be running in any previous one. So I wonder if people complained.
I think
Up your ratio.
Yep. All right. Shall I blitz 3 real quick?
Yes.
All right.
No commentary unless it just looks neat. Ooh, devil token.
Devil token. Boom, 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 boom. I love the fact that we have raccoons. Oh, on Halo. There you go. I've got there's an on Halo on the trading block for anybody who wants it. Oh, there we are. Reservoir.
There's that Kraken. That's the Kraken I was speaking of.
Oh yeah, there you go. Untap it. If they do, tap Reservoir Kraken and create a 1/1 blue fish creature token with this creature can't be blocked. That is crazy. All right, security bypass. On Halo, the thing of the thing.
Mm-hmm. A pretty mountain.
Yep.
When you bring your trade fodder, bring your lands, because I don't think any of us has enough to really do anything with. So I will trade similar to what we trade last time. Probably different colors though.
Yeah. All right. Cut your losses. 4 blue, casualty 2. Target player mills half their library rounded down. So that's ugly.
See, that's good for casualty though.
Yeah.
Casualty 2 and 2 players mill half their decks halfway down.
There you go. Love it.
That's not bad.
That
I mean,
is
it's not great, but that's the way it's supposed to work. Not
Yep.
not something with an X in there that
Is difficult to play. Yep.
yeah. Just realized, so I've completed my set or completed my box, and the only straight green rare I got was the box topper.
Yep. Oh, there we go. Rafine's Tower. So I think I've got 2 of these now. So that's the Esper one. We got a Jack.
That's the one I have 3 of.
Oh, gotcha. And I got a Friends Forever too. Look at this. Elmar, Ulenwald, and Formit. 1 red green for a 3/2 human with haste. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, untap target creature, then investigate. So that's the thing.
That's not very strong.
No. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have found that this box has a much higher rate.
Yes.
So I'm putting mine has been running like 9 to 10.
Now, granted, one thing I noticed about the financials are the upside on this deck. The box is not much. I mean, I think if anything, the value's in those weirdo versions of the existing cards.
Yep.
But the fact that the tri-lands are hitting $8 to $10 or something, and they're like the 5th, 6th, and 7th, 8th most expensive cards. It's not quite the same as when Cons was a set, but it's not too far from it, where the lands are driving the demand.
Yeah.
But I did see where I think when pre-orders were running about 120 or 115 for a box, you can pick up a box right now for 100, 105. So
Oh, that's good to know.
for if you're doing that. All righty.
All right.
Let's wrap this up.
Indeed. Y'all stay safe.